Good morning. My name is Catherine Ames, and I'm one of the counselors in the Boys Division. As a department, with us and Girls Division Counseling, we've decided to put together a series of videos that we will be sending out once a month on various topics surrounding mental health issues and concerns. We decided to use video as a way to see our faces, but also give you less to read. So the first topic we would like to talk about is suicide. You may or may not be aware of this, but September is Suicide Awareness Month. We know that this is an extremely difficult topic to talk about, to think about, but we want to encourage education, awareness, and open communication. We know that many students are struggling right now, especially given the current platform in which we are teaching and educating. A lot of kids are struggling with going back and forth between online learning and in-person learning, and some are just doing all online learning, which can be very challenging as well. In addition, our kids today deal with things that we didn't. Social media, for example, is a huge source of their stress, with constant comparison to sports performance, school performance, recruiting, dating, everything and anything. They're constantly being bombarded with messages of comparison. That can be extremely taxing and troubling for our kids. So we hope that the following information will help you understand a little bit more about the rise in mental health concerns. And if you are concerned about your child having any kind of suicidal thoughts, we want to help you with what to do from there.
Hi, my name is Ginger Brown, and I'm one of the school counselors in the Girls Division. I want to talk to you a little bit about signs of suicide. In general, when someone is suicidal, you may notice the following warning signs: feeling hopeless, feeling like a burden, substance abuse, a big change in behavior such as withdrawal from their normal activities, extreme anger or sadness, and negative self-talk. Now, of course, we see a lot of these in teenagers on a normal basis. But in cases where someone is suicidal, you may see several of these symptoms, or you may see them in a more intense way. Here at Regis Jesuit, we use a program called Signs of Suicide, SOS. And this program uses scenarios to educate students about when they might need to reach out for help, or when they have a friend who might need help and how to get that help. We use the acronym ACT, which is Acknowledge, Care, and Tell. This can really be used for so many things. Acknowledge, that's maybe the most important one. Acknowledge what they're going through. Their high school experience is different than when we went to high school. It's different from when it was a year ago. We're in the middle of a pandemic, and our stressors, our needs, our frustrations, they're all different. Acknowledging that your child is going through something different can make a huge difference. The second thing is care. Show your daughter or your son how much you care about them. It could be taking them out for a walk, having a family dinner, encouraging them to get back to one of their favorite hobbies, or just being with them, being present and listening to what's going on in their life. Find a way to care for them. And I know with teenagers, they need some extra care. The last one is tell. And when we encourage all of our students and parents, if you ever find out that someone is in danger of suicide, to reach out and tell. We have so many resources for our students and families. We know that high school is a really hard time, but we also know that with all of these resources and love and support, we can get through this together. If they are suicidal, please reach out for help. We have school counselors, we have a therapist, we use outside therapists as well, and we have a lot of resources for our students and families. So please reach out at any time. Finally, don't be afraid to talk about these subjects. It's hard, we know. It's not easy to talk about, but it's super important. And just acknowledging where your son or daughter is on their journey can make all the difference.
Hi, my name's Nate Moeller, and I'm a counselor in the boys division. I'm going to talk a little bit about how you, as parents and guardians, can help from home. First, we would recommend that you check in with your son or your daughter every day to see how they're doing. See if they're overly stressed out, see if there are red flags. If you are concerned about your son or your daughter, it's okay to ask the difficult questions. Are you suicidal? Have you had suicidal thoughts? Are you thinking about harming yourself? On the email that we sent, there are a couple of different links to resources that are available to you and your son or your daughter. The first is the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. The second is Safe to Tell. Both offer free support and are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you are concerned about your son or your daughter's imminent safety, please take them to the emergency room or dial 911. I'm going to close with just a few suggestions for students who may not be suicidal, but maybe they're struggling with their mental health or are just overly stressed in this time right now. First is getting a good night's sleep. We would recommend 7 to 9 hours each night. Second, eating healthy, trying to avoid sugar. Third, getting some exercise, getting some sunlight, some good vitamin D. Finally, getting involved in an extracurricular activity, and finding maybe 1 or 2 adults that they can trust and confide in. We thank you so much for listening to our little presentation. If you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to your son or your daughter's counselor. Thank you and have a great weekend.